Today I'm here to teach you how to boil an egg and turn it into a deviled egg. My kids personally can never get enough of these deviled eggs, and everywhere I go they're a hit, so there must be something to it. First thing you need to know about making deviled eggs is how to boil the perfect egg. Then you need to know what ingredients to put in your mixture and how to serve it to your friends. So I preface this with eggs come in different sizes, both chickens, colors, and sometimes even shapes. Some eggs are more rounded than others. So this process could vary a little bit. This is a double yolk egg probably, so that's like 2 eggs in one. And the first thing we do is we start with a pot of boiling water. And I very much agree with the Good Housekeeping magazine. The first step is to make a perfectly boiled egg is to bring a pot of water to boil. Once it's boiling, you want to drop some eggs in there, cover it using a slotted spoon so you are less likely to create a splash to come back at you. And after it's boiled for 15 minutes, you're going to take it out and you add it to your ice bath. Ice bath consists of ice and water. It's just that simple. Then from there, step number 3 is to peel your eggs. Now when we peel them, this is the easiest way I have found to peel eggs. You take a mason jar with just a little bit of water, give it a gentle shake, and it just slides right off. Usually, sometimes it even comes off as in one whole piece and you don't even get the little pieces, which is ultimately what you would like. But sometimes there's little pieces. Now, don't worry about those little pieces. They're not going to be what you eat today. Now, step 4, you have eggs lengthwise. See in the middle, not side to side, but lengthwise. And then you take the yolk and you put it in a bowl. I like doing it that way. If a little egg stays behind, it's fine, no big deal. Do it to both sides. New York Times, a worldwide newspaper, says to have them lengthwise as well. And you got to carefully scoop. I don't scoop, I pluck. And you put them in a bowl with a fork and mash with a fork. You can use an immersion blender, but New York Times also says to use a fork. And I found it the easiest. Now, I like to add equal parts of Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, and pickle juice. And you want to start with like a spoonful or two. I just put too much pickle juice. And you mash it, and as you mash it, the consistencies will change, right? And you want to get, you will get clumps, and you want to use the fork to press them against the side of the bowl to break them up so that it will actually mix. Now, I know that doesn't look the best, but that's fine. Now that I take off my cut-proof glove, because yes, that's me, we go to the mixture. This is the mixture I previously prepared, and this kind of almost a very soft cloud-like texture is like what you're going for. And if it gets warm, it will get runnier. You put it back in the fridge, it'll tighten back up. And if you are tasked with bringing these to like a party or a get-together of any sort, you'll want to transfer your filling into a separate to-go container. And you can use, I use a bag. You can use Tupperware, you can use a pancake batter pour, lots of different ways to do it. And you bring the, if If you're tasked to bring with the deviled eggs to the party, transport the unfilled white egg yolks separately from the filling that you're going to put in there. And that is what the magazine dedicated to helping those trying to live a Southern lifestyle says, called Southern Living. Now, this step is entirely optional. If you're doing it at home and you're serving it right away, you don't need to do this. But step 7 is fill the bag. I pinched off the corner, cut a little hole so I can use it like a baking bag and fill each egg. The smaller the hole, kind of the better. You put too big a hole, it'll all just run right out and you'll have a mess. So it's better to cut smaller and make it bigger than to cut too big and have a big old mess. Would anybody like to come and practice filling eggs? Abby, awesome. So you're gonna just gently squeeze it. You want to lower it real close. There you go. Great job. Anybody else want to try? No? Okay.
Sure.
Like that.
Squeeze that and squeeze.
I know, it looks so complicated, doesn't it? If you make it too runny, it is actually very hard to do it this way. So it is my preferred method because I keep this cold until I'm ready to serve it. All right. Now, step 8, final step, also optional. To dress up the finished eggs, you can do what Simply Recipe suggests and sprinkle on top crumbled bacon, chopped or sliced olives, minced bell pepper, dill, and paprika. I have brought dill, bacon, and paprika for you to try, if you wish. Now that y'all know how to make the tastiest appetizer, don't be afraid to share them. Betty Crocker, the notorious maker of the box cakes, points out, in terms of nutrition, eggs are high in protein, but they are also high in cholesterol, which is another reason to share deviled eggs with friends. Never forget to make the best deviled eggs. You must make the perfect boiled egg, add mustard, mayonnaise, and pickle juice to the yellow yolk, and share with friends.